All right, I got some value for you guys today. I recently read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and I think it might have been one of the best finance books I've ever read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you don't know, has sold over 41 million copies, the best-selling finance book of all time. And I've read some other finance books before. I'm kind of new to reading, new to everything, you know what I mean? I'm 19 years old. I just started my life, really, but when I got around to actually reading this book, with 41 million copies, I thought it'd be oversaturated, stuff I've already heard before. The type of books I really don't like are the ones that are like, yeah, you can do it, like the motivational, positive type of books. I really like the business, not how to, but why you should and how to do certain types of things. If you didn't watch my other video, I apologize. I am sitting outside. It's super windy, and you may not be able to hear me that well, but we're just gonna do it. And this umbrella is about to fly away, so I have to step on this little stand here so it doesn't do that. So bear with me. There's a lot of sound here. If you can focus on what I'm saying, I think you get some really valuable stuff out of this video. The reason I'm bringing this to you today, plenty of people have talked about it. You've probably read this book yourself, but have you actually taken his advice and applied it? So let's think about this for a second. It has 41 million copies sold, okay? So the United States has 300 million people. If everybody in the United States, 41 million, if everyone who read this book was in the United States, so that 41 million people, why don't you see people using his advice, doing his stuff? It doesn't make sense. It's one of those books where you read and you're like, oh yeah, that's good, and then you throw it away, right? That's what most people do. But I've been thinking about this book all week. The stuff in here is invaluable, so I just wanted to show you what I thought you could learn from me that you may not learn from other people. So at the end of the book, he talks about the chapter, I gotta find it for you guys, like what to do, what to learn. The whole book is about buying assets instead of liabilities. And obviously people buy liabilities instead of assets, and that's why everyone's poor. So it seems like nobody really got the value out of this book. But what he talks about is the skills you need to learn to become successful and financially literate. He said the number one reason why most people are poor in the world is because they have a poor financial literacy or a poor financial IQ. And something else he said that was really a big takeaway was most people go their whole life working for money, right? So why is it that most people don't want to learn about money? They just want to go in a paycheck, grab the paycheck from the boss, waste it or whatever, whatever they do. And he said, the number one thing is financial literacy. You need to be financially literate to understand money, to never be broke again. And he didn't just say that. It wasn't just like positive book. Yeah, you need to be financially literate. You need to just do all this stuff. He actually gave steps and advice on how to do that. And all the videos I see on Rich Dad, Poor Dad don't even talk about it at all. They just said, yeah, he said, buy assets, not liabilities. Well, no, duh. He said a lot more in the book too. And I have the old version. So let's get into it. Financial IQ by Robert Kiyosaki is made up of 4 main things he talks about in the books. And I'm going to break it down. And I'm also going to tell you what I'm doing to, I got to step on this umbrella. It's going to fly away. But I'm going to tell you what I'm doing to learn this as well. So maybe you could follow in my footsteps a little bit here. So the 4 main pillars of financial IQ that Robert Kiyosaki talks about. Number 1 is accounting. Number 2 is investing. Number 3, he said, is supply and demand, understanding markets. I wrote that down as economics because that's kind of the same thing. And number 4 is the law. More specifically, the law of tax advantages and protection from lawsuits from other people. He's literally giving away gold. So let's break it down here. Accounting. When most people think of accounting, they think of boring, they think of somebody, they hire an accountant, right? They hire an accountant to do it. And what he was talking about, what Robert Kiyosaki was talking about, was being the head of your own business. Yes, you should. He said you should hire people like accountants, brokers, financially smart people. But you need to have a grasp, a basis to mind. This umbrella is going to fly away. To mind your own business, to be the head of your operation. You're like leading all these people, to make you more money. And so accounting, you need to be a little financially literate in that. And accounting is literally just the science of money, or not the science of money, that's investing, is making money with money, which I'll get to. But accounting is just understanding numbers, you know what I mean? And he says you don't have to have a arithmetic, you don't have to have a degree in, a number degree. I don't have one, I don't know what it's called, but you just need to understand arithmetic, a little bit of numbers. I hated math in school, but I'm interested in learning about accounting because I want to be business minded, you know what I mean? Also, in case you were wondering what this is, if you didn't see my last video, I'm not going to tell you, just watch the last video. I don't even want to say it anymore, but accounting, you need to understand numbers. That is the core for financial literacy. It makes up one of the parts of financial IQ. So understand accounting. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do at the end of the video that to start learning accounting here. The second pillar of financial IQ is investing, which is basically what Robert Kiyosaki said is the science of making money with money, okay? Invest into a business, the business grows, the business pays you money, and you make money. You make money without working. I'm not going to touch on this a whole lot, but investing, you kind of understand what that is. You need to understand investing. And like I said, I'll tell you what I'm doing at the end of the video, which I think might be the smartest thing to do. Number 3, supply and demand. Understanding markets and what people want. Economics really goes into the basis of that. And I would also say you do need all 4 of these, but starting with 1, 2, 3, and 4 is probably the most important. Like number 1, accounting, most important. Number 2, investing, second. Number 3, economics, the third. You should learn them from top to bottom. So I'm not going to touch on economics too much, but the law. Now, the law, what he's basically saying, he's talking about the law of awareness and accounting, which is basically understanding tax advantages, because you don't get rich by paying the government, half of your income every single month. You get rich by using that income to make more income, which in turn makes the government richer. But you just got to be smart with money. Tax advantages. It's called being just smart with money. You made the money. Now, how do you keep the money? That's basically what he's trying to say. God, it is so windy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And number 4, and another part of the law is protection from lawsuits. Like I said, I believe it's the most important to learn accounting, investing, economics, and the law in order, based on how I think important they are for someone who doesn't have a lot of money. And I'm not going to touch on that a lot either. But basically, when I read this in the book, at first I'm like, I understand. I know none of this. I don't know accounting. I don't know investing. I don't know economics, and I don't know the law. But I'm interested in business. Oh my God, I'm gonna die, guys. This is gonna fall over. You're gonna watch me die on camera. Oh my God. I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope I'm giving you value as well. And how it goes with investing is investors. He talks about investors and how to find opportunity to be an investor, how to raise capital, organize smart people, find opportunities you missed. Talks about being an employee, how it's not as good as people think, and it's more secure and less risky, but you're not going to make as much money. I'm actually summarizing, and then I'm going to actually touch on this a lot. The thing I found the most important with the 4 pillars of financial IQ, I also found management skills. He talks about if you want to become a successful entrepreneur or things like that, you need to understand management skills, such as the management of people, being a leader, being effective, the management of cash flow. I don't understand this one too much, but it has something to do with business. So I'll figure it out eventually. And like the management of system, time, and just business systems, things like that. And there is a lot more I have to cover. This umbrella might kill me, so I don't know if you're even going to see this video. This umbrella is going to fall and just eat me or something. I don't know. But I wrote an entire document about the Rich Dad Poor Dad map. What I'm planning on doing for financial IQ and management skills is this book is like the Bible, okay? This book is like the Bible. It's a roadmap to show you where to go and what to learn from there. Everyone should read this book and then start to read other books about finance and things like that. So financial IQ, let's break it down. Accounting, investing, economics, the law. Okay, I know none of that. Where could I learn how to do that? Accounting for Dummies. Genius. I think this is genius. I'm going through the book right now. Really, really great stuff. I know nothing about accounting, first of all. I also have investing for dummies in my, just inside. I don't want to get it right now. I don't want you guys to wait for me. But I'm planning on getting economics for dummies. And then the law, about taxes and protection from lawsuits. I'm thinking about getting taxes for dummies. So I'm just going to go through the entire book list, learn everything I can this summer for sure. That's going to take me, a month or 2 months, but it's worth it. It's worth it to become financially literate. You just need to understand these 4 main skills. It's genius. And I've never heard anybody talk about this before except Rich Dad Poor Dad. Best-selling book. I've never heard anyone ever say accounting, investing, economics, the law to understand business. This guy knows what he's talking about 100%. It's incredible. And management skills. Let me find it here on my document. Leadership, reading leadership books, cash flow, just reading money books, management of systems, time, things like that, reading how to win friends and influence people, to become a leader, to become someone, to do business is half of the 4 financial IQ and half of the management skills, in my opinion. I wrote an entire document about what I learned and what I should be learning and book recommendations and things like that. I'm going to put the link of the document in the description below, so that you can click in and check out what I'm learning. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this, and I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Like I said, check the link in the description to see the entire document. I can't break it down for you. I'm already taking too much of your time anyway. Check out everything, like how to learn specialized skills, sales, marketing, the book recommendations I have for each single point that you should learn, because I have been reading a couple books. This has been the best one by far, but book recommendations I will be reading and things like that. So check out that link in the description, and I hope I brought you guys some value today. So see ya.